Modern society has discouraged us from taking action. We prioritize comfort and instant gratification instead of pushing ourselves to our limit. Once there was a boy named Marcus. He wanted to be like the Spartans. When he asked their permission to join them, they told him, "My boy, how did you spend your time today?" He told them, "Well, I waked up at 12 and then I played some video games and afterwards I went to McDonald's with some friends." And guess what happens? Does young Marcus get to join the Spartans? Of course not. To be a true Spartan, you must strive to make the best use of your day. I've been going on self-improvement for about 6 months now. It's quite a short time, so I can see the direct results. But I remember before 6 months ago, my life was significantly worse than it is now. I felt quite low on energy on average. I was quite tired of everything and I wasn't really feeling happy. I didn't know what my purpose was in life. I was basically just wandering around in life like most people. Yeah, let me just see what I am going to do. You know, I did went to college, but it was like I have no idea what I want to do with my life, and this made me feel pointless in life. And these 7 habits have changed my life. I have a true purpose. I work harder than ever with more energy than ever. I have so much more energy. I am not tired at all and I feel generally more happy in life. And these are 7 great habits you can implement in your life actually quite easy. The first habit is weightlifting. And I have been weightlifting for some time now, so longer than 6 months. But this was one of my first real achievements. I remember weightlifting for around 3 to 4 months and actually really started to see the progress. And this was the progress of my hard work. And I remember feeling proud of my body. I could look at my body and be proud of it. And I remember walking in school and people noticing me. Some people gave me compliments. And yeah, this is overall a real boost for your self-esteem and your self-confidence. You will actually feel quite happy about this because you have actually achieved something. Compare it with this. How would you generally feel if you have a fat body? Would you be proud of it? I guess most people wouldn't. The second habit is reading. Reading was one of the best habits I could implement in my life. Before 1 year I didn't read at all. Reading can actually make you quite smart and actually make you understand how the world really works. Because most of the times the things we get taught in school, by our parents, by our friends, isn't really how the world really works. It's very important to understand this. And it can also really change your mindset about certain things and about life, what's important in life. And overall it can increase your intelligence and intellect. One little side story here. My grandmother, she just turned 80 and she reads a lot. And I think because of this, she's actually quite smart. So she understands a lot of what I'm saying and she can really mingle in a conversation. What do you think is a better thing to waste your time on? Watching TV all day or reading all day? Because by watching TV you probably wouldn't actually learn a lot. You would learn about Kim Kardashian and how her booty grew 12 centimeters this year. But you wouldn't learn anything important in life. And if you've already been reading, that's really good. Keep doing it. The third habit that changed my life is gratitude journaling, and specifically journaling on paper, not on your computer. So this is the process where you actually write out your day and the things you are proud of. Well, yesterday I asked some girl out in the gym and I'm quite proud of that. So I'm grateful for that. So today I will reflect on this. Things I did good, the things I could have been doing better. And this is great if you want to work towards a goal. Let's say improve your social skills. You can actually journal about your social skills. Well, today I'm going to France and I want to implement this skill. And afterwards you reflect on this. Well, how did it go? Did I actually implement this skill? Could I have been doing something better? And this way you can actually keep track of your progress a bit. It's not just a thought in your head, a random thought that passes within a minute. It's actually something that's on paper. And especially when you gratitude journal on paper, you have more time to actually think about how you feel than if you would just journal on the computer. Because if I journal on the computer, it will be done in 1 minute. But when I journal on my notebook, actually with a pen and paper, it takes me around 15 minutes. The fourth habit is dopamine detox. There's a great saying, comfort is the killer of man. I have actually just started to realize what it actually means. All comfort, like watching TV, playing video games, snacking, this is comfort. And this brings dopamine into your system. It will give you a short boost of energy, a quick boost, but it won't help you in the long term. In the long term, you will feel bad. Let's say you have just watched all day TV, you have just played video games for 4 or 5 hours. Do you actually think you will feel great after watching TV for the whole day or playing video games for 5 hours? No, you will feel shit. So it is very important that you keep doing the things that are delayed gratification. So things that will bring you great joy, not now, but in the future. For example, weightlifting. They won't bring you great results right away. They will bring you great results in the future. And you know, if you keep doing these habits, you will actually feel great because you're building towards a great goal. I will make a separate video about the dopamine detox and comfort, because comfort really is the killer of man. The fifth habit is learning. And learning can be something different than reading, because if you read fiction, for example, you are not actually learning. So learning is actually learning a new skill which you can use in your life. And this gives you such a great feeling, and it can actually improve your intellect. Most people think learning stops when they graduate, so they just stop learning at all. If you do this, your life will degenerate. And it's quite hard, because when you're going to school, that the system actually teaches you that learning is something that's boring, that's bad. Because when you have to learn for a test in school, you will actually not enjoy it at all. You will just learn it for 1 or 2 weeks and then you're done with it. Then you don't do anything with it and you forget it right away. So it's actually quite stupid. And because you don't like to learn these things, you actually get taught that learning is quite stupid. So the best way to learn after you graduate is actually just reading, or by actually taking some course, going to a few seminars. The last habit which has greatly improved my life is meditation. And before I was meditating, I was always doing the hard work. I was always working all day or watching TV, weightlifting. I was always doing something and not taking any rest. And I remember feeling quite tired in my head. I actually slept good, but I was tired overall. I had no rest. That was until I started actually meditating. And the first time I actually felt the significance of this was when I went to holiday. And then when I was laying on the beach reading a book and actually doing nothing. That's the first time I actually felt, wow, this rest that I take can actually improve my mental state. And that's the whole thing with meditation. It can greatly improve your mental health. So what I always do now, I take around 6 to 7 minutes in the morning just meditating and focusing on nothing, just emptying my mind. And in the evening I do around 15 to 20 minutes of just sitting with my eyes closed and thinking about all the things I want to improve in the person I want to be. And this actually clears your mind. David Goggins explained it like this: if you have a garage and your garage is your mind, when you just do activities all day, you fill up your garage with all kinds of shit. But when you don't take any time to actually categorize your garage and clean it, your garage will be a mess. So it's very important to meditate and actually clean your garage, clean your mind. And the results of all these good habits might not always manifest itself directly. You will not always feel the direct results of these things. The same with meditation, right? When I started doing it, I didn't really feel the results. I didn't really felt the results right away. It was when I meditated for around 5 months and actually stopped meditating for a while, when I actually felt the results. I felt my mental state decline significantly. So I started meditating again, and now it's up to level again. So you might not always feel the direct results, but when you keep doing these habits for a long time, you actually improve yourself. Let's say you wouldn't do any good habits. You would just stay watching TV, stay playing video games, doing all the things you really like to do, doing all the instant gratification shit. What do you think that happens in 10 years? Well, probably not much, but when you would implement all these good habits in 10 years, they will compound over time, and you will greatly improve yourself over time because you have made the right choices in your life. And when you make small choices now, these small choices can really impact your life in the long term. So remember, Spartans, if you want to be a true Spartan and get the most out of your life, implement these 6 habits and you're almost guaranteed to live a wonderful life. They will give you a true sense of validation and happiness. Spartans, prepare for glory.